Item 10E, adopt a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute a multi-year contract with Proven Management, Inc. For as-needed sewer system cleaning and video inspection services in an amount not to exceed $70,000 for fiscal year 2013-14.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and members of the City Council. Is this working? Okay, sorry. As a way of introduction, my name is Robert Wood, and I'm a management analyst for the Public Services Department. As you may be aware, under the city's legal agreement with Baykeeper and the Regional Board, the city is obligated to video inspect the entire sewer system. The city completed this requirement during the summer of 2012. Going forward, however, the city must continue to video a sewer line within 90 days after a sanitary sewer overflow, or SSO. For explanation, an SSO is when a sewer pipe fails and raw sewage overflows onto the street or nearby property. There is no legal requirement for the city to video the entire system again. However, best practices recommends agencies have a continual system-wide video inspection program. Some cities perform the service in-house, and others use private contractors. The city is currently developing a long-term, efficient, and cost-effective video inspection program, and staff will present the program to council before next year's CIP. In the meantime, the city needs to have a contractor in place in case there's an SSO. This limited contract presented to you tonight is not the most cost-effective or efficient solution, but is the cheapest option in the short term until a long-term program is finalized and presented to you next year. This is a multi-year on-call contract that ends June 30th, 2015, and the city has the option to cancel the contract at any time. The city used this contractor for the last 4 months of 2012-13, and they completed all work as assigned. The contractor charges a flat 4-hour rate per visit, so to maximize the contract, whenever the contractor comes out, staff will schedule all the locations for them to video in one time. The city does have 90 days to respond to an SSO, so we do have some flexibility when scheduling work, so we don't have to do it the same day. Also, the work is scheduled on an as-needed basis and depends on how many SSOs we have. If we aren't any SSOs, the contractor isn't called out, and any unused money returns back to the Wastewater Enterprise Fund. With that, I'm available to answer any questions you may have.
Any questions of staff at this time? Rico?
To the Chair. You indicated that we have, and to the Director, that you had 90 days in which to video this. Do we have any of our neighbors, Millbrae, South City, that have a system, a video type thing that they have, that they use, that we could partner with or ask for that to be shared in some ways?
Well, South City does have video inspection equipment. That is one option we could explore. That will be part of our long-term plan when we come to you next year.
Okay, so did we explore that thus far, or have we even reached out, or is that just something we'll explore when the next year at some point when a permanent plan comes forward?
Yes, the city already entered in discussion with South City, and is a draft agreement available for us to enter with South City. The cost is very close to the cost what this private contractor would provide us with. The only challenge with any agreement with other city, like how, including with South City, that their equipment, they purchased their video equipment 2 years ago, and they are developing their own skill set in the agencies, and they would provide that service to us when that additional resource is available, that the city would be, they would provide that service when their additional resources would be available. That's why our recommendation to have a private contractor on board at this time, to make sure that when the city needs, that service will be available to us.
Okay, so yes, we have, because if we have within 90 days and the resources there, I think that's something we should explore as a long-term solution. Obviously, this is something that is important, needed. We've already gone ahead and videoed all the system, but my understanding is that staff will tell the contract. We have 3, because if my memory is correct, our SSOs have gone down to this year.
We
dozen
had
less.
Well, in fiscal year 2012-13, we had 11 SSOs. The requirement was to have 24, so we're quite under. By 2019, we can't have more than 3.
Okay, and when we schedule this service out, it's a 4-hour block of time that they charge each time.
Yeah, so it takes a while to set up, take down.
Sure.
So we plan as many areas as we can to maximize that full 4-hour period. It's just not. We don't call them just for one response.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, anything else?
Through the chair.
Michael?
Thank you. Can we also get confirmation on the services that are being provided are not just the video or the filming of the video, but also the analysis and interpretation that goes along with whatever is...
Yes, part of it, when they video it, they code the condition of the pipe, whether there's roots or it's collapsed, and they give a national standard rating. So we receive the video from that and their rating, and we add that into our system.
Okay. I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. We had 11 SSLs in the prior year. So worst case scenario, we're planning for another 11 this year. Realistically, based on everything that we know about the system, what can we really expect this year? Or ideally, what would we expect this year?
No more SSOs.
No.
As of from July to now, we've had 2 SSOs. They were all in September. We do have a small lateral camera, and we were able to camera one. The other was a larger SSO, a larger main, and we don't have the equipment to do that. So we're still within our 90-day window, but we will need to, because the camera's so small, it gets often surrounded by water, and you don't get a good picture.
And if we do expect to see any SSLs in the coming year, would we expect those to be in the mains, which I think we have a little bit more control over, or would they be laterals where we have less control?
Well, both. That 11 number only accounts for what's in city right away. We don't need to report the other. There are private laterals all the time, but
So if they are lower laterals, they are included in this. If they were upper laterals, then they're really not counted in what we're talking about here.
no.
Even if sewage were to get into the storm drains,
When it's a private resident responsibility, that lateral is not counted against the number of SSO. But if it's a lateral SSO, which will happen, then if it's the city is responsible for that lower lateral, and the city is responsible for about 25% of lower laterals in the system, then that is counted against the number of SSOs.
okay. And so within that constraint, whether it's a main or a lateral, we expect to be well below the 11.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else or action by the council?
I'll introduce the resolution.
Vice Mayor O'Connell.
Aye.
Councilmember Salazar.
Aye.
Councilmember Medina.
Aye.
Councilmember Aguirre.
Aye.
Mayor Ruane.
Aye.